So we have Prashant and Shravan from Vedmata Gayatri Trust, and ये आपका पहला conference है. So
Right,
what is your take, or how was your first conference?
Yeah. I think it is very nice because a lot of things we are learning here.
Right.
I mean, it's a very good platform to share our vision, our thoughts about ERPNext, as well as get to meet everybody whom you generally talk in the phone.
Okay.
And also, as organizations, we believe on sharing things. So we also wanted to share whatever we have learned. I mean, because a lot of things we are doing customization in-house in
Right.
PHP and other things. We wanted to do in the Frappe platform. So we wanted to know how people contributing here. And that's what we come to know a lot of things by this conference. I mean, there are so many people who is contributing. And definitely, we are going to contribute. We're going to part of this family.
Yes.
The Frappe family, definitely. Thank you for having
Right.
us.
So can you give us a brief about your operations, how it works there?
Actually, in our organization, we have two type of operations. First thing is charitable, and second thing is trading and manufacturing. In a trading and manufacturing session, sell purchase and manufacturing division.
Okay.
With the manufacturing division, we have purchased raw material and product the good and marketing and selling and compliance of the government.
Okay.
I like. Or in this case, we manage the customers and more product list.
Okay.
That product list, Frappe team and ERPNext support to manage the product list actually, because the legacy system are limited scope of with the product management.
Okay. Okay. So what do you manage and what do you manage over for Frappe ERPNext?
Yeah. Actually, I am from technical background, so I'm software infrastructure and IT structure.
Okay.
And Prashant are maintained to operations and technical and PR communications.
Okay. Okay. So what are the key factors that helped you choose ERPNext?
See, one thing is we wanted to be standard.
Okay.
Okay, because our previous system, legacy system, it is developed our own. I mean, our own people developing it. So there are a lot of things out of practice which we feel may not be good from IT point of view.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we want to go for something standard. And when we see the open source thing and ERPNext, then we especially Shravan, he just went through the initial things and he set up everything on PC. We find it very nice. I mean, we find very good user experience also, and a lot of things, consolidations and a lot of things are there. So that makes us, let's go for this. It's a little risky, because it's a huge system running from last 18 years, 19 years, and then moving to suddenly open source system.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the reason, Frappe help us a lot actually.
Okay.
The moment Frappe gives us a lot of confidence, don't worry, we will come to you.
Correct.
They will come. We give on-site support, especially Ketan and then Salman. Both of them are really nice initial
Right.
talking. Yeah.
Right.
So that that gives us confidence. Yes, we can. Let's go for this.
Right.
And then when we start implementing it and we see a lot of feature, then we were very confident. Okay, when we go live, definitely it's going to be worth it.
Okay. So even open source played a part while choosing the software?
Yes, definitely. Because we have talked to some proprietary team, property group also on this, and there was charges were a little high. And even management was ready to pay for that also. But when we go through the system, we feel it more or less same like we are doing in our system, in our legacy system. Little bit change. Okay. I can say it wasn't something very young kind of things.
Correct.
Okay. Very energy. I don't see the energy on them. The same screen, the same way to go to flow, those things. But when we see ERPNext, the look and feel, everything, the search and everything was very new actually. Even I don't see any other places. Right? This is user experience. It was very good actually. So that makes us we should go for this thing open source. And again, because we are also like open source spirituality, like we believe on sharing things. We want to share things. So that's why we choose now let's go for open source. And then ERPNext is I would say it's a very young system. It's very energetic system. The system speaks because we treat it as a human being also. So
Yes,
it's very young. It looks very young and very energetic.
Okay. Okay. And how was your journey throughout while doing the entire implementation?
That's right. So to frank, first month, in the month of March, it was very, very hectic because in April we were about to move it. There was a lot of templates to do, and a lot of templates, text templates, sales templates, then item templates, and then company setup, then master process. There the data import and lots of things help a lot. And API, because he's an expert on API, so data importing was become very easy for us because of we created APIs to import the data. So first one was very hectic, March. Then once we go live, April, it became more and more hectic. For all 3 or 4 of us, my eye was like getting very, very bad. Continuously supporting people because it's a new system. 18-year people using some other system, and suddenly they see a new young system kind of thing. So everybody was with how to do this, and everybody is approaching because we are only 3 people there. You were surprised to know this big organization. And only 3 people who was, doing all this implementation, and along with Salman there actually. There was a huge accounting team, accounting department and legal cell department. We call it 2 departments. We have almost 20-member team actually, and all of them. Then this is only legal cell team, accounting team, and then we have POS operator team, then warehouse manager team, credit sales, a lot of things. Suddenly everybody is around you, and they are looking for really small things also because they have the habit of working in legacy system. So those 1 month has become very hectic for us. The next month, the month of May, a bit relaxed. But again, the moment the month of May came, the auditor come back to us actually. They say, "Why I need all these reports, GST reports, this tax input, output tax inputs, how this is working, all those things." So again, it wasn't hectic. Definitely, because we have almost managed to between 9 to 7.
It was like a total shift, right? From using an X product to a Y product.
Yes. So in the month of May, a bit little okay, but hectic from audit point of view. Because it's a GST compliance government. If you don't submit reports by 10th, you have to pay a penalty. There are a lot of reports which we are not very comfortable with ERPNext because we are new for that reports, and they also were not very, very clear about what things expected because a lot of things they do manually in previous legacy system. So that month of May pretty much went with setting up with them. Then from June we become very relaxed, from June, and now even in the month of August, like we have only 3 or 4 tickets only with the ERPNext. Yeah, it's very very
nice.
normal, very cool, and now we are slowly going toward improving our processes.
Okay.
Because in our previous system, a lot of our time spent on correcting code also because it was we are involved in code that time. Here we are completely out of code. It's Frappa teams managing everything. It's like this. Yeah.
Correct.
So that way it helps us now to manage processes.
Okay.
So now we are refining processes. Where we can train user properly.
Okay.
Where we can use better the system. Where we can use the more automation things so that it will become easier for our users. And users are also very happy. On the performance, a little bit issue, a little bit for pause screen. Otherwise, everything is excellent.
Also, you have your operations are scaled in different states and on a wide basis. So how did you manage doing that, implementing in all those, uncovering the entire operations?
So like month of March we did it for our Haridwar only. Haridwar we have 5-6 units in Haridwar, big units. So for month of March, for March 15 days we train our user and do all master setup for this, and then rest of 15 days we spend for setting up our branches also. We divided team for that branch because once Haridwar is in the main center was manageable, the rest of branches slowly and very quickly they have come in because our legal cell users, accounting users, the ones they got trained, they help us actually on this. So they train the people who is in the remote, and because system is same actually, for even in a house or working from anywhere in the world, the ERPNext work is same performance. So that way it was easy to have people see the remote, AnyDesk, TeamViewer. We help those things, hoping it. So initially we thought after 3 months we go for branches, but within 15 days we will make all the branches live. That was really amazing experience for us. Yeah, absolutely. We never thought about it. We will go so fast. The branches team will pick up so fast. So that was really surprising for us also. And
yeah.
was nice.
So are you happy with the customer service that ERPNext or as Frappe is giving
Frappe team, yes, definitely because the ticketing system is very good. We got proper response of logging the tickets, and people are following it up properly.
Okay.
proper discussion. Whenever required, they call us also. And whenever we set up for a meeting, they are always available.
Okay.
So that way, it is very good, a good escalation mechanism. If something is not getting solved, suppose Salman is getting involved, and somewhere he's struggling, he immediately involve his next people also. So without asking us, he involved immediately next people, and then Ketan and other people get involved. That helps us a lot actually. So that way, we are very happy, with Frappe on on these things. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how can other trust and NGO benefit if they are using ERPNext?
See, I really believe that people should use ERPNext because it's open source. It is really the philosophy which all organizations like Vedmata Gayatri Trust, they are working. Same philosophy.
Okay.
It's a global word.
But then how do you get that? How do you get that? Like you said, you guys follow the same philosophy. How do you make them follow the philosophy?
Sorry, means make them means our people.
Yeah. Like you said, you guys follow the open source philosophy. So how do you make other trust and NGO follow the same path?
See, generally, when we go for charitable trust or NGO itself, sharing is come automatically because they are born for that only. NGOs are born for that only. To whatever knowledge they have, they wanted to share it with everybody. That's why government supporting them. That's the reason I say they are also open source kind of thing.
Right.
So they should always go for they should also promote. There is the power should be always distributed. It's like this, and it's for the people by the people kind of things.
Right.
So this is what open source is all about. Right? It is not for somebody who's earning money on this. It's like everybody's talent is getting used for betterment of society.
Okay.
So similarly, if everybody is working for betterment of society, correct. So that is the reason why I said everybody should use ERPNext because we should help each other on this. Like open source, you're doing open source. It is a very, very great contribution to society. You might be not aware about it actually, but you're doing a lot of society. Even though you're not planting any tree for Gayatri Parivar for our trust, but lot of tree plantations happening because of you, because you guys are helping us to manage our transactions, everything.
Correct.
So we are able to satisfy government needs. We are able to be very transparent with government. We are able to transparent with the people because of things are available on the net. That is the reason I said people should go for always open source. And open source, I would definitely say ERPNext is the number one. If anybody wants any input on those areas, I am happy to help people on that, definitely.
Okay, that's lovely to hear from you. And so, since you are a big fan of open source, what kind of contributions can we expect from you guys?
Sure.
Actually क्या है कि we are or our policy is open source. Actually, from our side, our talent devoted to society and community. Actually, so our working style and our choice are open source.
Okay.
Open source product, open source things, open source philosophy, open source concept, or like that.
Okay. So, any feedback you want to give to us?
Feedback about
Anything.
yeah.
Anything. It could be anything.
I would say keep it up, keep the way work you are doing it. It is really excellent.
Thank
And
you.
I would say it's a great contribution for the society and for the India also, for our country also. Because when I was we were looking for open source, we thought somebody from America or somebody from other country might have done it, but when this is from India. So I think it's a good contribution because technology is generally very costly. People like us who is doing volunteer work, volunteer activities, we find it very very difficult to spend money to technical things because it's very hard on money. Generally our sponsor you can say, or the people who donate us, it's all middle class people who wanted to see the change in society, who want to do something good for society, and they believe yes, Gayatri Parivar is doing something good for society, so they are contributing us. So we feel really bad when we spend a lot of money for IT solutions. Okay, and when we see ERPNext, and then I would really say, you are doing a lot of contribution. I would say definitely you have saved at least 13-14 lakhs of public money, which is now is getting spent on the working for society, river cleaning and tree plantation and spiritual development. Those things are there.
Right.
So definitely,
So we have a happy customer, and your feedback means a lot. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time and the valuable feedback.